I'm Andrew Johnson, marketing and fundraising consultant. Pretty much, if you slice me in half, I'm half marketeer, half fundraiser. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is just some pearls of wisdom, particularly this year, around using campaigns to drive engagement. I mean, we all know it's been a really challenging time of year. I know there's a lot of urgent appeals earlier in the year this year that many charities had to get out there. But for most charities, there's a real challenge to keep up momentum with kind of key messages and campaigns. So I've worked with some, different charities this year to really look at how we can refresh the messaging and use campaigns as an opportunity to drive engagement via sort of websites, social media, as well as secure PR coverage as well. On the left-hand side, you'll see the Passage there. That's a homeless charity in Westminster. So I've just helped them launch their 5th appeal and campaign of this year. And the big learning there really is the power of the homepage takeover. So for that particular example, which is the Donate Your Dinner campaign, which we launched back in the summer. And this was to fund vital food packs for homeless people that actually been placed into temporary accommodation. So actually doing a complete homepage takeover, having a real tangible ask during the campaign period, tying that into direct mail going out to existing supporters, really helped to drive response for that particular campaign. And also it helped the charity reach out to new audiences. So actually doing a lot of interesting engagement on social media around donating your dinner, and lots of people kind of cooking and supporting the charity was a really good way to reach out to new audiences. And actually for the charity, they generated 25 to 30K just from new audiences in the month of July. So the Passage has really been bold this year at doing a really kind of proactive approach, refreshing campaigns, refreshing the messages to really drive engagement with a number of different audiences, but most importantly, drive fundraising. On the top right, you'll see a campaign that I've been helping support over the past few weeks for Epilepsy Research UK, and that's a campaign called A Life Interrupted. So as a charity, they're really looking to see how they can engage more people with epilepsy. They have about 10,000 people on their database, but actually there's hundreds of thousands of people in the UK living with epilepsy. As a research charity, their strategic objective was actually to really ensure there's more patient and public involvement. They want more people with epilepsy to drive the research strategy. So what I did is help them create the campaign, A Life Interrupted, again, have a complete homepage takeover, a policy-led report to accompany that, to really kind of give the charity an opportunity to reach out and get press coverage. So they had a great piece on Women's Hour on Radio 4, and actually also refresh the website. So change the look and feel. I also supported them and encouraged them to have very clear engagement on the website, so people could pledge support for the campaign and share their stories. So that's another good way of actually a good example of using a campaign to kind of drive engagement, to refresh the look and feel of your kind of shop window, which is essentially your website, and driving that through social media and other press and PR activities. And that really helps to sort of drive engagement, particularly with new audiences, because they wanted to reach out to people with epilepsy who's not heard of the charity, but really needs to have their say and direct future research. And then a recent example is on the bottom right-hand side, just giving a bit of support to the team in Mind up in Redcar and Cleveland. They faced some challenges around drops in referrals to the service, particularly around after the summer as lockdown was eased. So actually this was just about simplicity really, simplifying the messages, encouraging people in the area to talk to us, to talk to the charity, simplify the messaging on the homepage, and use that to drive engagement through social media and get some bits of PR coverage on local radio. And this is really about having a clear message to people in Redcar and Cleveland to come to Mind to get help and support if they're struggling through coronavirus. So hopefully those are just 2 or 3 examples of how to really effectively use campaigns to refresh your messaging, refresh your homepage, and drive engagement with both existing and new audiences.